Rules of engagement. The two-step setup. We have always known that cannabis law violations are thought crimes. So it proves out in the need for cunning words to make arrests. This post is more about the passengers than the drivers in our community. How to give your friend an instant DUI arrest. Another practice carried over from the zero-tolerance days is guilt by association. When shared use is misuse, the stash of a passenger reflects on the driver. It doesn't matter if you're the most infamous Bogart, that cop doesn't know you. Following their logic through, they work with an assumption that a passenger with pot must have shared it with or is holding it for the driver. Therefore, any pot found in the car cabin, areas excluding a locked glove box or trunk, is assumed accessible to the driver. Therefore, the driver must have used some. So as a moment's thought will reveal, there is a mindset, a motivation, and a potential for abuse. The two-step DUI setup. Be suspicious when the first or second thing said to you goes like this. I smell marijuana, then asks to be shown some contraband saying, it's okay now, it's not illegal, you can show us your weed. Do it and your driver gets an automatic field sobriety test and the attendant risk of detention or false arrest. It is profiling and false legal advice combined. Don't dignify it with an answer. He's only asking to turn something legal back into something illegal. Passengers don't get pulled over. Drivers do, and any traffic stop is an affair between the driver and the police, not with you unless you make it that way. This post is not about how to fend off attempts to drag you into the driver's business, just know your rights. Passengers have the right to eschew and deny verbal contact with an officer when in a stopped car. I don't know how reckless you have to be to think a cop would innocently make such a request as show us your weed. If pressed for any answers, I like to simply say, that's a horseshit question, mister. Let them know they are being offensive with their irrelevant questioning. Saying mister instead of officer is to indicate that they are trying to act against you from outside the realm of their authority. The cop has violated his oath. Their Cheech and Chong bigot filter could instead snare someone with pot pride who doesn't know about the peril. Know that any admission of possession in a car puts a driver in peril. The peril of the drugs exception to our constitutional rights. That's how a passenger causes an instant DUI for an innocent driver. An example of vicious police corruption around marijuana continues in the legalized states.